Good morning, and welcome to Delmarva Group's InfoCon status update for April 24th, 2020. This week, we've seen an increase in spam, and in particular, here's one we wanted to bring your attention to. If you notice, this is an email received by one of our clients that they forwarded along. This from address was their own email address. The prefix for this email address was indeed the proper username. And this was the username also, not the person's full name, but the username. Here again, they did the username, and here was their full email address, and with a button here to grab the credentials. Upon clicking that, by the time we received this message forwarded and analyzed it, the page had been taken down, but very clearly it was a phishing attempt to grab credentials for Office 365, which we all know how that can be used. Additionally, on April 15th, this is just a little over a week ago, North Korea, the CISA issued a warning regarding North Korea. This is not unusual. We see these a lot. Had we not already recommended we run at IC3, we would have put out a special bulletin at the time we saw this threat advisory, specifically showing increased hacking activity coming out of North Korea. Keep your employees alert, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But since we were already running at IC3, we didn't see any need to highlight it at this time. You can see there's a link here to the actual advisory if you like. We will put all of that in the description below the video for your research. The report went into detail three main areas of hacking: cyber-enabled financial theft and money laundering, extortion campaigns, and cryptojacking. Again, they saw an increase in this type of traffic, so they wanted to let everyone know, watch out for this. And obviously, educating our employees is one of the most important things we can do. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. There's obviously, there'll be links down at the end of the video. You can subscribe, or you can click the button down below. Likes help also. And of course, if you do like and subscribe, hit the bell, and that way you'll be notified whenever we put a new posting out. So for the aforementioned reasons, we are recommending a continued IC3 status. So what that means, we see a moderate level of risk. In fact, we'll get into a couple additional articles that we found most interesting about why we're at a higher risk profile right now. So you'll want to keep an eye out about what's going on in your industry or in your business for social media, email, all of these things. You want to make sure you keep an eye on and make sure your employees are well informed and they understand exactly what's going on. At this point, it's been a while since we've reached out to our employee base, so we would probably want to send a reminder out. You may specifically mention the North Korea stuff, people looking for credentials, et cetera, but probably a good idea to go ahead and send a reminder out, and maybe start to get in a habit of every Friday, because as long as we're in this COVID-19 scenario, which appears to be for quite some time, we expect to see an increase in hacking and phishing activity. For example, Google sees state-sponsored hackers ramping up coronavirus attacks. As researchers, digital campaigns and phishing campaigns related to COVID-19 have been exploding since January, and it isn't just criminal fraudsters driving the trend. As researchers predicted, government-backed hackers around the world are exploiting the pandemic as cover for digital reconnaissance and espionage. Now Google says it has detected more than 12 state-sponsored hacking groups using the coronavirus to craft phishing emails and attempt to distribute malware. So that's huge. At 12 state-level attackers, I mean, we little guys, education is the best way we can fight those guys. So, and hackers, as you can see on the screen, hackers frequently look at crises as an opportunity. And COVID-19 is no different, Tag Director Shane Huntley. So we've always said it in the past, any major event, be it a flood or an earthquake or anything like that, can easily trigger an influx of hacking activity. Additionally, MailGuard intercepts sinister cybercrime emails notifying users of COVID-19 relief payments. Scammers are well aware that many individuals and businesses are currently in desperate need of economic assistance. Cruelly, these attackers are capitalizing on this hardship to steal even more from these who are already suffering. This is a tough situation that we're in right now, and many of us can't work. Many of us are stuck home for a number of reasons. Obviously, any number of the states are closed, and we really can't go out and do things, which leads to potential for financial hardship for a lot of people. And this is rough. And people will prey on this stuff because you'll see an increase in get-rich-quick schemes. You'll see an increase in pyramid schemes. It just never ends. In fact, I think I saw this week where Google was blocking over 18 million spam and phishing emails every day at this point. So it's just tremendous. So again, we recommend maintaining an IC3 level. Keep your employee base informed, and we will be back next week with another briefing, unless something big happens between now and then that triggers us to want to change from IC3 to either IC2 or IC4. Again, if you're unfamiliar with the term IC2, IC5 through IC1, there's a video here. I think it will end up being over here if I can do this right, in this area. And that's our introduction to InfoCon, or Information Operation Condition. So you can kind of understand what these terms are and what that table, we go into that table a little bit more. Definitely worth checking out. Hope you're all well, and we look forward to hearing from you next time. Take care.